families are all alike in an uncanny way, but every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. A quote by the Russian philosopher Leo Tolstoy. Why did Tolstoy say this? Or rather, how is it applicable to today's video? Well, let's see. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, in whichever part of the world that you are, and welcome to Learnamytes, where learning is for all, and all that we do is for learning. Remember, we started with the quote today. The quote was from Leo Tolstoy, and how is it related to today's video? In fact, we are going to discuss it right now. But before that, please like and share this video in your network as much as you can, and please subscribe Learnamytes. Well, in 2015, in fact, on 5th June 2015, there was a movie which released. The name of the movie was Dil Dhadakne Do. Today, we're going to review this movie, a super quick review. We're going to talk about how does it relate to that quote. In fact, the movie introduced a very interesting term, which people kept on discussing on social media and other platforms after a number of days after the movie released. That was dysfunctional family. So, Dil Dhadakne Do was the story of the billionaire Mehras, who were based out of Delhi, and the patriarch of the family is Kamal Mehra. The character was played by Anil Kapoor. Then it was his wife, it was Kamal's wife. The character was played by Shefali Shah. The name of the character was Neelam Mehra. And their two kids, Aisha and Kabir. So Aisha, the role was played by Priyanka Chopra, and Kabir was played by Ranveer Singh. Aisha is married. Aisha is married and she's settled in Mumbai. That's what they've shown in the movie. And the name of her husband is Manav Sangha. The character was played by Rahul Bose. Now, the movie unfolds where the Mehras, that's Kabir and Neelam, are celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary, and they invite the who's who from the business world for a 10-day cruise. 10-day cruise to various parts of Europe and all areas like there's Turkey, there's Egypt, and of course some part of Italy and Rome and all those areas. And it's a 10-day lavish cruise. As the movie starts, as the movie begins, one realizes that somehow, while the relationships from the external, if one looks at it, look normal, but inside there is something which is brewing. Kamal and Neelam, though it seems that they are extremely happy, one can also realize that something is going wrong with them. There is some sort of adultery, or some sort of extramarital affairs where Kamal seems to be involved into such things, and Neelam is upset about it. On the other hand, Aisha is upset because her name has not been printed on the invitation card, while she is, she is the one who has arranged the entire cruise. Kabir is upset because Kabir is now working with his father in their company called ICA, whereas Kabir wants to become a pilot. Now, how this unfolds on the cruise is what the entire movie was all about. So, as the story unfolds, one realizes that on the cruise, Kabir, falls in love with a dancer called Farah Ali. The character was played by Anushka Sharma. And Priyanka Chopra, that's Aisha, tells Kabir, her brother, that she's not fine with the Manav. She wants to get a divorce from Manav. So this is where it gets interesting. It gets a little murky. It gets a little, the tension starts brewing. So there is one of the guests on the cruise, and Kabir starts flirting. Kamal, that's Anil Kapoor's character. Kamal starts flirting with her. That's where Neelam gets upset. And now both are in a dilemma. Kabir is in a dilemma that how does he go and confess to his parents that he doesn't want to become a businessman but wants to take up his all-time dream, which is wants to become a pilot. and Aisha is upset, or she is not able to come to terms and tell her parents that she wants a divorce. Now, in the entire movie, there was one very interesting character. Name of the character was Pluto. The character is called as Pluto Mehra, and it's a dog. And the voiceover of the dog was by superstar Amir Khan. Now, it is Pluto who points out all these, you can say the shortcomings, or all these hypocritic ways in which human beings want to say something but they end up saying something, and how they hide all these things. And Pluto keeps on narrating it. So it's through Pluto's eyes that we see Dil Dhadakne Do. Now, just to add to this entire chaos and just to add to this tension, Aisha's ex-boyfriend, the manager's son of their company, his name is Sunny. The character was played by Farhan Akhtar. He also visits the cruise to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Neelam and Kamal. Now, Pluto, Pluto is like the narrator, and he looks into the camera and he says that why doesn't Aisha express her love to Sunny? And why don't they be together? Because they're in love with each other. They were in love with each other, but because of Kamal, they could not unite. So, as the story progresses, finally, on a given day, Aisha confesses to her parents that she wants a divorce from Mana, and Kabir confesses to Neelam and Kamal, his parents of course, that he wants to become a pilot. He doesn't have it, what it takes to become a businessman. And on the same night, Kamal confesses it to Neelam that yes, he has not been a good husband, maybe at times he has not been faithful to her. And he asks her that in spite of knowing all this, why did you leave me? And she said, well, I had no place to go. Now, there are other people also on the cruise, of course, the invitees and the guests, and there are two rival families where, the kids from that family, Nuri and Rana, they both fall in love with each other. Nuri was played by Ridhima Sood, and Rana was the character played by Vikrant Assi. So, this is where the artifice of what happens and how human beings try to pretend, and in reality, what their feelings are, what their thoughts are, was beautifully shown on screen. Now, finally, of course, it had an ending where Kabir realizes that Farah Ali, his girlfriend, his love interest, has been sacked from her job on the cruise, and Kabir dives into the sea and tells his father that come and save me. And Aisha also, there's an argument, there's a showdown with the Mehra family and of course the Sangha family, that's Manav and his mother, and then Aisha also declares to Sunny that she is taking a divorce and is he ready to wait for her? And Sunny says yes. And that's where towards the end of it, while the family is under a lot of pressure that they might be arrested, Kabir might be arrested because he has violated the rules of the ship. In spite of that, they all feel nice, and that is where Pluto says that this is for the first time he felt that इनके दिल एक दूसरे के लिए धड़क रहे हैं, तो ये प्यार इसी तरह से बरकरार रहने दो, हर दिल धड़कने दो. That's why the name of the movie was Dil Dhadakne Do. Now, what are the learnings from this movie? I think it's very simple. Number one, it is whenever you feel like, please express love for each other. Even if it not necessarily means I love you or any specific expression, but you need to express your love for each other. You need to be, you need to be there for each other. That's what was one of the learnings. The other thing that the movie makes us reflect was the transparency part of it. That are you transparent to each other? Are you loyal to each other? Are you honest with each other that what you are feeling? This transparency obviously comes with trust. So the third thing was trusting each other, believing in each other. That was the third learning, or the third point of reflection. The fourth was to build relationships, to nurture relationships. It's a journey. It's a continuous process. It can't be done over a day. It can't be done over a cruise, but it happens over a period of time. So I think the culmination was building relationships. How do you go about it? The last one, and that's what Zoya Akhtar also said in one of her interviews. In fact, I've written this. I love this statement that Zoya had made, which is called "Posh People Angst." So what she meant by this was that they have shown that the Mehras and the Sangas and all the people on the cruise, they are the who's who. They are the billionaires. They are the people who are probably the richest people in the country or something like that. But in spite of that, even they have their insecurities, even they have their challenges. So that's why I go back to the statement made by Leo Tolstoy that every family is happy in a similar way, but every unhappy family has its own reasons for being happy. So even posh people, the richest, they have their challenges, they have their problems, and it happens with everyone. Because at the end of the day, we all are human beings. I think that was what Zoya meant in one of her interviews, and of course a couple of articles that were later on published about Dil Dhadakne Do. The trio of the movie was written by Zoya Akhtar and her longtime associate Rima Kanti, beautifully written. The dialogues were penned by Zoya's brother, that's Farhan Akhtar. The lyrics for the movie was written obviously by Zoya's father, that's senior and veteran lyricist, Mr. Javed Akhtar. The music, the peppy music was by Shankar S. Loy, and the beautiful camera work, the DOP, the excellent cinematography. I mean, people fell in love after seeing the cruise. It was beautifully shot. That was by Carlos Carlton, who was also the DOP for the director of photography for Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. So this was the trivia. Apart from it, number of nominations for the veteran actor Anil Kapoor. In fact, he won the Best Supporting Actor Award, the Filmfare Award, and number of nominations for Shefali Shah, who played the role of Neelam Mehra, as I mentioned earlier. So I think overall it was an entertaining movie. It was a movie that you could see with your family, you could enjoy with your family, and at the same time, it made you think about how is it. And in fact, a lot of people in my circle started discussing is ours a dysfunctional family? Well, I don't know. It's for each one of us to decide. But I think overall, this movie makes you sit and reflect. So thank you so much. I'll see you next week with yet another video. Till then, please like and share this video as much as you can, and subscribe Learnamytes or Learnamytes के लिए दिल धड़कने दो. Thank you.